Hi friends, and thanks for tuning in to this video. So basically I decided to put this video together so we can go ahead and take a look into the new 2020-2021 Erin Condren academic planner. And I've seen a few videos about the life planners and such, but I haven't really seen any about the academic planner, especially me being in pharmacy school. I felt like there was some other input someone could put on for graduate school use, along with how I use it for like different things I plan in my personal life. But today I'm going to focus on an unboxing of the one that I recently ordered. Got it a few weeks ago, but it finally came in today. So I'll be showing you that and some of the other things that I guess lagged behind and came in first. So stay tuned and we'll get a good look into the new Erin Condren academic planner. My package here. I just had to hump for some scissors to cut it open. If you're wondering how it comes back, because I know a lot of people are interested in that, it's basically just Erin Condren logo, your shipping stamp, and it's what I think is called the mid-century circles all around it. I know some people use this for storage and whatnot, but let's look inside. And so it looks like this is how they wrap everything. Looks like everything is just in some really nice tissue, which I'll probably be keeping to use for the next holiday season or birthdays, whatever comes up next. Put this to the side. So this is everything. I'm like trying to not annihilate this so I can actually use this tissue and it doesn't look too crazy next time. Okay, there we go. So it does come bubble wrapped, because I know for me, I was wondering how is this not going to get destroyed with everybody ordering all kinds of packages. And here they are. So I just got my regular name with the watercolor logo. I also got the meal planning petite planner in here, which I'm really excited to use actually, because I do a lot of meal planning, but I find that I do a lot of it on like paper or random notebooks, and then at the end of the day, I don't even know where I put them, or if I'm trying to think of what I want to eat next, I can't just go back to something I've used before because they're on random sheets, they got lost. I also got a budget book, which I'm super excited for because I'm kind of over having to write down this budget, that budget, a bunch of terms, and kind of making the whole format of the whole thing. So it looks like this is actually going to do a lot of that for me, so I can just dive in. And I saw when I ordered that it comes with a welcome pack. And I'm thinking, since like this is the planner, and these are the two petite planners, this is the welcome pack that it comes with, since this is my first ever Erin Condren order. And my first, of course, like agenda order from them. So it's basically just hello and thanks for your order. I'm already an EC insider, so I guess the fact doesn't apply to me. But these look like some pretty fun like stickers you could probably put on some birthday or Christmas gifts throughout the year with to and from. And oh, this one is actually for a birthday, and then something else you could add to any of your gifts. So that's pretty fun. I'm glad that came with that. I'm kind of surprised that when I saw welcome pack, I was kind of hoping / expecting maybe some stickers or like a pen that I could use with the stuff, but I'm not complaining. It was free for my first order, so I'm sure I'll use these gift tags at some point. Now that we've got everything out of the box, let's go ahead and get started. One thing I forgot to mention before is that I also got the Erin Condren face masks, 2 of them, and these like it's retro design that you see on like a lot of the teacher planners, and then the flower power. I realized since wearing masks is the thing we're going to be doing for a while, I'll probably need more than just the 1 or 2 that I had, especially for going to school, going grocery shopping, all of that, so I can make sure I use them when I go out. And then I have some extras so that when some of them in the wash, I still have one to wear when I go out. And they're actually pretty good quality. I think this is at least like 2-ply. It feels like it's polyester. I don't think it says on here, but it actually says it's like 88% polyester, 12% spandex, and you can machine wash them, which I did when I got them, and it actually no color transfer. It's still good quality. I can definitely breathe through it. It's not like suffocating or anything. And one thing I did like about this is that it's got the elastic on the bottom. So like this Sanex here helps it kind of like wrap under my chin and stay there, unlike some others where it kind of just moves around or has like a lot of space. Because when you do wear a face mask, you want it to cover like your whole from your nose all the way down to your chin. Make sure you're not getting a bunch of gross icky stuff inside. And this part actually molds to your nose. I'm not sure what exactly they put in there. It's almost like something like a twist tie, but a few times stronger. And so this kind of helps it just stay on, like mold to your nose so that you're not having all that slippage, and it just holds on pretty well. So I'd highly recommend these. The price for each one is pretty comparable to what I've seen in a lot of the few retail stores I've been out to, and then just different websites that have them, and they come in fun colors. And I think I heard that some that were out of stock are actually back in stock. So I would definitely recommend checking out the site. And if you do decide to place an order for this mask or anything else you see here or anything else you like on the site, you can definitely use the link in the description box and you can get $10 off of your order. Okay, so I guess we'll start first with this budget book that I received. Since I usually do my budget like every week, every month, I decided that I'd go ahead and get like a separate book for that, since I tend to do a lot on like different sheets of paper, notebooks. I just wanted something that's set up for me. I could go ahead and use it. So let's get that out. And this is the budget book. I got the one that says Success Starts with a Plan. They have a few different ones, especially if you look on Amazon. You can get older versions. I think this might be an older version of it. I'm not entirely sure, but I know on Amazon that I think they've got some from like 2017, like 2018 ones that are still available. So there's different designs to choose from, even if you don't see it directly on the Erin Condren website, since they partner with Amazon and have their shop on there. So basically, it looks like it starts with the first book, put your name there. And one thing I did like that I saw when I looked online is that it's got a savings tracker. And I'm really excited about this because I know when I'm saving money, like I'm not someone who wants to have like 10 different checking and savings accounts like you'll see online sometimes. I kind of just want to streamline it and just have like, I don't know, whatever you might work with that's like at least less than 5. So this kind of helps me to see exactly how I'm saving and what the totals are, and just split it up without having to have a bunch of accounts. So basically on these debt tracker pages, it looks like you can put your debt for whatever you're saving up for. So I know they already put student loans on a different page. Maybe you wanted to put student loans on here too, if you wanted to be able to track that like with week to week or for each amount paid. So you could write that in here, and like your starting balance and your minimum payment, which I like that also. It'd be super easy to keep track of, like the date, the amount paid, and your balance. I think that'll be really awesome, especially for like, I know myself, I trust no one, and when you're trying to keep a running total and just make sure you know what you've paid for and you're not relying so much on like the online portal that might not even be updating on time. One thing I might add, maybe in a column here or next to like what I pay or like the balance for what I use this for, I might add in like a confirmation number, because I know sometimes I've seen like I might even use this for rent, because I've heard sometimes with rent payments, especially if you pay with like a money order or a check, they do get lost. So I might even put like a check number or something on here, just so I have proof that whatever I paid actually happened. Okay, and that's it. And oh, it does come with a little pocket in the back. I might even put like some receipts in there. If you're not able to track in that moment, you can just add them in there. And it also has this fun little sticker sheet. I'm really new to adding stickers to pretty much anything. I think the first time I ever had stickers in an agenda was when I had a day designer agenda, like one of the kinds they sell at Target. I had a bunch of stars and like kind of arrows like these ones, which I mostly used on my wall calendar, but not like this. I think this would be fun to just add it in, which is why I got the colorful, because I didn't want it to be too boring where I'm kind of like, wow, I get to look at this boring book every single month and do the budgeting that I don't want to do, because I'd rather just buy nice things. But this will be really awesome to use, so I'm actually excited for that. Okay, And I also ordered a meal planner, petite planner, from the website. So let's go ahead and get this open. It does say it includes the 28 weekly planning spreads, shopping lists, ways of your meal prep, and recipe logs, and a baking and conversion chart. Excited for that, and a sticker sheet. So I'm actually really excited for that. And again, for this one, I got the colorful instead of the neutral, just because I figured I would just take the dive. So this one starts with the same first page. You see, this one actually feels almost thicker. I think it's actually the same thickness on the cover. So I'm glad that they're not too flimsy, so I can actually take them around with me, or like put in my bag if I'm going somewhere, or even just on my bookshelf, and it's not gonna fall apart after like a little bit of use. Yeah, it has the same page where you can put your name on the front. Well, this is awesome. I like this a lot. So one of the main reasons I got this was because I definitely need a place for meal planning, because I feel like for me, and I don't know, just the way my life is set up, deciding exactly what I'm gonna eat for each meal doesn't work out to put it in my agenda, but I know that I need to do it, because then otherwise I run into this dilemma where I'm constantly running out because I forgot the milk or I forgot the eggs for this thing. So this way I know what's gonna happen and I have the ingredients for that. And once that's done, I'm kind of just left with whatever is in my pantry. And they've got a shopping list too. I wonder if this is for every week. But yeah, they've definitely got a shopping list so you can add everything you need on there. I feel like this could potentially not be enough lines though, depending on how long I'm trying to shop for. Because one thing I've been doing a lot recently is buying some ingredients, like basically a lot of meats, and just freezing them instead of constantly going out for fresh. Even for produce, I freeze a lot of it, especially since I like to make smoothies. But you can date this, so probably for like the week. For today, I'm going the meal prep strategy. I guess I might repurpose this, because if I'm already putting the meals here, my recipes are somewhere else. We'll have to see what I'll do with that space. But it looks like that's basically the whole front of the book is the meal planning for the week, for Saturday, or Sunday through Saturday. So, oh, there we go. So you've got all your meal planning. I wonder, this will probably, if you're shopping once every 2 weeks, it will probably get you through a few months, especially if you're going back and repeating, because I know I might end up even just reusing some of the pages that are already done. I imagine I'll probably need another one of these before the year ends. We'll see about that when we get there. So you've got your shopping list, and then you have dinner party meal plan, which I actually like this because we do have, like, people over sometimes, and you want to know, you're trying to plan exactly what you're going to feed them. They have guest name and requests and allergies. I usually don't use this. It's actually kind of funny they put that there, because I can never really think of a time where I planned a party where I needed all of this information. I mean, last time I remember filling that out was for like prom, and that was like 6 years ago. So I don't know what I would need this for. I might end up repurposing it instead of having like guest requests. I might keep allergies for friends, because I know sometimes I'll bake for friends, like when it's their birthday or just for fun. So this might be a good place for keeping allergies, especially when you invite people over and you want to make sure you don't have to ask every single time. You could just have it there. The requests, I'll most likely change this to like favorite foods rather than requests, just so if I do invite people over, I know I'm accommodating what those people want to eat, since I'm asking them to come over to my home, so I don't want to leave them at a creek. And also got here cooking schedule. So I guess you could just say exactly when you're going to make each of the meals, which I don't usually schedule. I usually don't do it until closer to that week. Unless it's to go with the dinner party, just because the way my schedule is, it kind of changes, especially with school, different meetings, like classes can move. So for me, it's easier to do it closer to that point. but that might be good just for organizing my time. I'll probably put my cooking schedule for when I plan to cook will probably go in my academic planner on the monthly, or probably in the weekly actually. So I'll note that there. And then you've got another shopping list for the dinner party. When you've got 2 of them. Actually, I think it's interesting though. These are both dinner party meal plans, but this one, as you can see, it's like not lined. It's actually totally blank, or actually it might be lined, but like the ink was fading, so I guess this is one of the last ones that was supposed to come out of production because I can barely see the bubbles for the to-do list. So I'd probably have to, I don't know, we'll see about a return exchange, but I probably have to outline that for sure, or even use stickers for that list, because here you can see it's like more bold. You can actually see the lines and everything. I'm not sure if you can see that. You can actually see the lines on this page for the list, and then this one is blank. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but we'll see. So even this next page actually has shown for dinner party. And then you have price tracker, which is really cool beans because I've actually been shopping at some different stores lately. Sometimes I find that one store will be a lot cheaper for like produce, and I'll actually get good produce that lasts for a while, but like, God forbid I should want to get chicken at the same place. It'll cost me like $10 more than if I just went to my local farmer's market. So this will actually be really useful for me. I see myself using this definitely. Maybe I won't repurpose this, only 2 pages for that. And the recipe log, I might even put some staple ones that I always go back to in here. So I do have the recipe log here. I actually put a lot of my recipes in Notability for right now. So that's kind of been like my new system before I got this. Since I've put a lot of school notes, they have a way where you can like separate into dividers. So that makes it easy for me, because then if it's a recipe I found online or something I made, I can just take a picture with my iPad, paste it into a note, and then kind of like paste in what the website might have had, or write up my own directions for how I basically edited it or like fixed it up to make it taste how I wanted it to, and cooked how I wanted it to, especially like sometimes using less oil or adding in certain spices. But I do appreciate this for ones that I cook more often. I have to say I'm not a fan of the inconsistency though. This looks like it'd be a really good, useful notebook, but like it's kind of the same issue with before the grocery list. You have this page where it's not really lined, or it was supposed to be lined, but then I don't know, the like printers just ran out of ink and they gave up the ghost, and they were like, well, we're not gonna reprint this. I feel like there's probably not a quality check on the PetitePlanners, but I couldn't say for sure or not, but I know here like you definitely have lines. So I have a feeling that they're supposed to be there, because if they're not, I don't know what else you would do with that page unless you wanted to repurpose the whole thing, in which case I'd probably still keep the lines, just cover up the recipe log. But anyways, also here's where you have the conversion chart. I actually was pretty interested in that because I definitely do this so often, and I'm kind of tired of Googling it. Alexa answers the question for me, but at least you have it in one place. And then more stickers. So this is actually pretty good to put in here, especially with the recipes. I might even use one of these, like with the cooking utensils, in my academic planner for whenever I want to cook. But just see these. These are actually little paper ones. They're not quite the same quality as others I've gotten with like my other agenda or others that I've basically seen in stores, but they're pretty good, and they look super cute with the gold foil. And I did also get these PetitePlanner stickers because I don't use the monthly PetitePlanner like the daily, since I do have my academic planner, but I felt like with the monthly budgeting and the recipes and everything, I was going to want something separate maybe to go in there, especially like these ones, like money for the budgeting and for when grocery shopping. I'll probably use these more in my agenda more than anything else, just because I write more stuff in there. Or like if I'm gonna go shopping, or if I need to actually do the meal planning, I usually put in my agenda to go ahead and do it so I don't forget, to make sure I have time for it. But this is the Petite Planner Do It All sticker pack, functional sticker sheets. And for anything else like these stickers you see here, I'll put them in the description box if you're interested in ordering also. But these are just like the ones that come in the back of the planner, or back of the Petite Planner. These are actually paper. They feel like they'll stick pretty well. I will say I do kind of like that they're paper stickers instead of, they're like, the top is like paper feel, because I'll actually be able to write on the labels. One issue that I've had with stickers that came with like another planner was that they were, I don't even know what to call that material, but they were smooth on the top. So you could only write on them with a Sharpie, and most Sharpies would be too big, so you'd have to use an ultra fine 0.1 to kind of get even like one word on in there. But for these, you could probably add something in there. For birthdays and celebrate, I'll probably use these for like every single Friday, for like, it's gonna be the weekend. And I definitely see myself using these. Maybe I haven't seen it on the site, but I'm hoping to find something like this that's like smaller stickers that won't take up as much space, that don't just say the happy birthday to celebrate. I think something more functional, but there's lots of shops that have them, so I know I'll find something to use. Okay. Oh, and last but not least, before the backdemic planner, I also ordered another cover because I just could not decide between the watercolors and the tie-dye. And then I got the watercolors and I was like, well, I feel like I need to add a tie-dye in there too. It's just like you expect with the whiteboard inside. And this is a really awesome color. And I put my name on there in the gold foil. And I'm excited to add this on when the time comes and the feeling strikes. Okay, so now to open, the reason you probably clicked on this video, this is the Erin Condren planner I got for 2020 to 2021. This one starts in August 2020, ends in July of 2021, and I actually have not even flipped through this yet, so you'll kind of be seeing my initial reactions with me. So let's get started. And so for the front, I did get the watercolors cover, and I just put my name on there. Case. I am excited to use this. They put what I've seen from other videos, the typical like that. You can use this as a dashboard, or I'm probably gonna use this for to-dos, but just a little whiteboard you can write on here with wet erase or dry erase. If you're considering using this space for anything, I actually went ahead and bought some wet erase markers, which I can link below also. But I feel like with dry erase, that tends to come off really easy in general, and I don't want that to like rub all over here. And I've actually heard that dry erase does kind of make a mess, and then whatever list you thought was in there, it's like gone. But anyways, so here's our demo planner. It doesn't start with that vellum page that I've seen on a lot of the other life planner videos. When I was trying to make this in between academic planner and the regular Erin Condren life planner, I kind of looked at both, but let's start with the nameplate page. And you get the whole year monthly pages. I don't usually use pages like this that give me the months ahead. I don't even know if previous agendas I've used even have this whole layout, but I have seen a bunch of fun ideas on how to use these kind of pages. I'm actually excited to try them out. But if you did want to see something like that, exactly how I use these pages or anything else in this book, you can go ahead and comment below and let me know what you'd like to see. So after that calendar page, you have a blind blank page. I like this because I'll probably use it in conjunction with this calendar in advance page, especially since I'll probably put different events on there. What I do like that the planner itself goes until July, but you're able to like put different events until December. Okay, here's your blank page. And this class schedule page, I feel like in undergrad, this actually might have been something I used a lot, but I mean, for me, since I was so much on the go, I didn't have an agenda that had something like this. I just took a picture of my schedule on the online portal. But I love this a lot because being in pharmacy school, let's see how many classes I got. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have space for like 8 classes on here. And then the time that you go there each day. But this is kind of a fun page. I like that it has the little mid-century circles at the top. So it's a little bit of color, otherwise pretty plain. And I actually forgot to mention, maybe new to this kind of agenda, this paper is actually a lot thicker than what I'm used to. So as for comparison, for anyone who's trying to like decide between these and what they use already, even in size. So for a quick comparison, this is the current Blue Sky agenda that I use. I think I picked this up at either Walmart or Target, but that's where I usually get them. Or Ross, I'll pick them wherever I can find them. And then this is the new one. The paper, I'll flip to like a random blank page. The paper is definitely more flimsy. I don't get a whole lot of bleed through with the Pilot gel pens that I use. So it's not a huge complaint, but if I were to use a marker, it would probably bleed right through since I write pretty hard. But with Erin Condren, it's like a lot thicker paper. And then also, I don't know if you can see that, but the rings themselves, like this is the ring for the Blue Sky, and then this is the Erin Condren. Like this is a lot bigger than what I'm used to using. At least this is an 8.5 by 11 also, and the Erin Condren is a 7 by 9. So it's a little bit smaller, but I'm hoping it has just enough space. And then also for the thickness, I know when people compare those, the Erin Condren is a lot thicker than that, but I'm so excited to try this one out. And so, and you got another class schedule page. That's basically got the same information. We have a notes page, 2 news pages on here. This looks like it's supposed to be the dashboard for this month, for August. And it's got a fun little quote, like, trust the timing of your life. I do love the colors for this one. Ooh, I like this a lot. One thing I will say is I was kind of worried about it being almost too colorful. And like, here's just like one example. You always use like these Papermate Inkjoy gel pens. Like I've got the whole pack of like all kinds of colors, and I love being able to have space where it can write without it being too overwhelming. Like if I wanted to write over these mid-century circles, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, or just cover it up with washi tape. So I like that I have that freedom to kind of make it my own without it being too dull or too boring. And there's actually enough space in the monthlies, and you've got a notes column on the side, so there's plenty of space to write everything. And you've got another dashboard on this side for goals, events. I'll definitely be using the events page, especially for different organizations I'm in. Like if I have to plan an event, or if I know there's something going forward that I should expect to be at, I can just put it in here. So that would definitely be helpful, especially for conferences too, and like annual meetings, all that jazz. You've got more notes pages. Okay, so we've also got projects and exams. I haven't found myself having a whole bunch of like formal projects I'm used to from like undergrad or even in high school this past school year, but we definitely did have a few that were longer or like just kind of far in advance. You knew already from the syllabus you're gonna have a thing to do. How many pages? Oh, it looks like I'm hoping to get one of these for every month. That'll actually be pretty useful since I don't have a whole bunch of projects. I probably will cover this up or maybe just leave it alone since it's just going to be for exams. You can put like description and deadline, the class, and the details, and whether you finished it or not, so it's easy to keep track of. I think for pretty much every month so far, from if this past year is any indication, I'm going to have exams every single month. Since we're on a quarter system, it'll probably be more than 4 exams. So I'm thinking I'll probably have to repurpose this notes page area so that I have like space for all of the exams, because otherwise one page will not be enough. Although August is kind of a half month, and by half month I just mean that like we start in the middle of the month instead of it literally being 4 weeks of stuff. So this is enough for at least like one test per week. You start at the beginning of August. Okay, so this is the weekly spread. this is the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, because for me, you can have what I like to call fluff stuff, which as much as like projects and exams is helpful and all that other stuff, I'd be like, that's fluff. It's cool beans that it's there, which is part of the reason why I also decided to try this agenda. But this is the main reason why I even have an agenda in the first place. It's pretty interesting. So I'll show you, actually compare. So this is the one I've been using for most of this past school year. Like I said, it's just like a blue sky one I picked up at the store. And just so you know, I do actually use exclusively like horizontal, vertical layouts. For me, I can't even like comprehend how I'd make that work with like a daily school schedule. Like I go to school most days, and even if I don't, I've got other things going on that aren't necessarily tasks that I could break up into like the 3 parts and whatnot. But anyways, this one's just vertical. It's just got a big block of space, so you could put literally anything in here. Sometimes I have enough where I'll just put random notes in a section. So this is going to be transition to this. I'm actually still really interested in using these pages. I like that it's split up because I'm considering how I'm going to be able to like delineate the events that I go to, or like meetings I have and things that I have to do. So what I'll probably do is put like my assignments in the middle, or any kind of studying and reading I need to get done like for the next day. I'll probably put that in the middle sections. And I think events, kind of meetings, or anything I need to bring to a meeting or do there, I'll probably put in the left, and then like regular to-dos there. And I know there's some people that said like they are not a fan of like Saturday and Sunday being small, but for me, yeah, Saturdays and Sundays are essentially me getting done the stuff that I couldn't get done during the week. So what's probably gonna end up here is whatever is not checked off up here. So not a huge deal for me. We have the whole month. Oh, I do like that it starts July 27th though. So you get the whole week right out there. And then notes pages. So for the month of August, let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have about 4 notes pages that have like that little yellow asterisk. So looks like you have 4 notes pages to use for the month of August, which for me is not bad at all, because I think in my previous agenda, I only just started using notes pages in the first place in my agenda. And that one only had 4 pages, and I only just filled it up like yesterday. So having, hopefully when it's 4 for every month, will be super useful. And then you've got this little dashboard for the next month of September. And then it's essentially the same thing. Your goals, events, notes, and your project and exams. So it does look like the projects and exams is just going to be the 1 page with 4. That almost makes me wish that I did get more notes pages, because I know for the academic agenda, there's academic planner, there is the option when you order for I think about $5 extra, you can get 40 more notes pages. I decided to opt out of that, mostly because I'm cheap elite and I don't usually use notes pages, and I figured if I'm going to get a few extra for every month, I wouldn't need it. Now that I have it, if you decide on this agenda, I would highly recommend it, especially since I know I definitely have some months that are exam heavy, and I love having like a list of where all my exams go. I usually would keep them on a sheet of paper for the month and just tape them in front of my desk, but this is a lot cleaner. So this notes area will probably just me be like putting these project and exam boxes on this side, styling it myself, because I am 1000% sure, especially when it comes to finals weeks, I'm gonna have more than 4 exams in a month. But it's the same layout on every other page. And you get the 4 notes pages like that. So I'll just flip through every month. So here's October, which is a really nice seasonal orange. Got November. Got December with my favorite color. I feel like this doesn't really match the season. I don't usually think about that, but I feel like December is usually more like red, which is, I feel like the only month I really associate with the color, but still looks super cute. Then you've got January, February. Here's the March layout. April. Have May. I love this peach, actually. June. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I got the planner option that ends in July. You do have the option to start this agenda. You can either have it from January to December for 1 calendar year, or from August to July for the next year, which is the option that I have here. And then they also have the option for September to, I think, August, or September to August is also on there too. So you can kind of pick for one of the 3 layouts that works best for you. But since I start school in August, I decided August start was going to be best for me. Even if it is only 2 weeks, I absolutely need it. Whatever I'm doing to be on paper. If it's not on paper, it's not happening. So let's flip to the end. And in July, so get your notes pages. And then a little message from the Erin Condren team. And I like that here at the end, you do get some stickers. So this is actually pretty cool because I'm considering how I would even use stickers in my planner, what exactly I'd use. So I like that I have a start here. And I like that this is actually paper, just like with the PetitePlanner stickers. These are actually like paper. So I almost feel like I might use a marker or like one of my Sharpies for like midterm. I'll probably put under it the class that the midterm is for instead of like writing it next to the sticker. Could probably fit if you have fine penmanship, especially even with like pens like these. Those should definitely work because this is pretty paper, pretty thin. So, and I like that you have blank ones too. So whatever doesn't fit in these categories for like exam, test, reading, study guide, note, class. They got the midterm, quiz, paper due, study, and vacation. So that'll definitely be useful. This will get used. I am a big fan of anything that is functional. So I'm definitely excited to use that. And then as with the front, you also have this back cover that's a whiteboard. So you can use this for any kind of wet erase or dry erase marker. And that is it. I think one thing it's worth mentioning with this new agenda, with any agenda I get, is making sure that not only are like the monthly pages functional and like all the other extra stuff and like the weeklies, but just kind of making sure that it's sturdy enough. Because I mean, I'm not like throwing my agenda to the moon and hoping it makes it back, but like I do need like the covers to stay intact, the pages and everything. And this is pretty heavyweight paper. This is like, I won't say it's like equivalent to like sketchbook, but the way it feels in my hand, it's like a little gritty, which is kind of like sketchbooks I use just for random drawings and that kind of thing. And I feel like no one mentioned this enough, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of stressed out because the cover, how do I know that it's actually going to stay in? But literally I tried to put in my other cover that I also ordered with this, and like you can't pull this out easily. Like you cannot just like accidentally, maybe if you were to keep taking it in and out and like coiling it and uncoiling it like constantly switching covers, maybe that place where they put the slit like for the holes where it like clips into your binder or into the coil for your planner might get loose theoretically. But I mean, honestly, this is pretty strong in there. I think that's kind of what was a deciding factor for me between this and agendas like Happy Planner, although like I haven't actually used like Happy Planner in person and other ones that have interchangeable covers. But I knew like a cover that's interchangeable I can handle, but not quite the pages. But this one, like I couldn't even, like I literally have to fight to get it off, which is not that bad, especially if I'm only changing it like every few weeks or like halfway through. I'll probably change halfway through the year since I have one more, so I'll feel like I have a whole new agenda for when January or like our last quarter comes around and summer. Thanks so much for watching this unboxing of my Erin Condren 2020 to 2021 academic planner. If you're interested in purchasing this planner or anything else they have on the website, you can use the link in the description box below and create an account and you'll get $10 off of your order. So for me, I mean, I know that made this a lot cheaper and just a lot more closer to the 15 or 20 I'm used to spending on an agenda. So thanks for joining me, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you wanted to see for exactly how I use this planner in pharmacy school, or how I fit in like my personal life stuff in here, how I use like the different note pages and like the whiteboard. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you cool kids next time.